Multi-step equations note. Okay, it says 2-2 and 2-3, not the multi-step word problems, but the one that says, it's the gray one. This is a different one. Okay, everything that I write down, you should write down. So you guys have solved equations beforehand, and you probably even solved some multi-step equations, but these ones will have things like fractions in them, we'll have to distribute, combine like terms, things that we've already worked on, but we're going to now combine them all together to solve equations. So these steps are very important for you to follow, okay? And you want to follow them in order, okay? So your first step is to distribute. Okay, we just learned how to distribute. We're multiplying the number on the outside by the numbers on the inside of the parentheses. The next step, if you have a fraction, we need to eliminate our fractions by multiplying everything by the least common denominator. Okay? Because we don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with fractions, so I want to get rid of them. Okay? Then we combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. If they're not on the same side of the equal signs, then we wait. That's next. Then we move the constant to the other side. If the constant is a positive number, we're going to subtract. If the constant is a negative number, we're going to add. Okay, you do the opposite sign. The constant is the number by itself. It does not have a variable. Then if we got rid of our fractions, we're going to divide to get the variable by itself. We're not going to have to multiply. Multiplying would be if we had a fraction again, but we're not. We're going to eliminate our fractions. So I'm going to divide to get the variable by itself. Okay, let's look at these examples. So, my first step is to distribute. Do I have parentheses to distribute in this problem? No. My next step is to multiply by my LCD. Do I have fractions? No. My next step is to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Do I have like terms over here? No. So my next step is to move the constant to the other side. So I'm going to do the opposite sign. So this is positive 6, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. Okay? Which will leave me with 2x equals, what's negative 8 minus 6? Okay? Then I'm going to divide to get the variable by itself. Okay? So x equals, what's negative 14 divided by 2? Negative 7. Okay, looking at our next problem. Do I have parentheses to distribute a number for them? First, this one. No. Do I have fractions? No. Do I have like terms? Yes. I have 7x minus 3x. What? 4x. Okay. Now I'm going to move my constant to the other side. This is a negative 8, so I'm going to add 8 because we'll make it 0. That's what we're trying to do. Get rid of it. Eliminate it. They're inverses of each other. So what's 28 plus 8? Or 24 plus 8, I'm sorry. 32. Okay, then I'm going to divide by 4. So x is going to equal 8. Okay, our first step is to distribute. Do I have anything to distribute here? Yes, I have a number next to a grouping symbol, which means that I'm multiplying. So 3 times x would be, and 3 times 4 would be, okay, my next step is to eliminate fractions. Do I have fractions? No. My next step is to combine like terms. Do I have like terms? Yes. What's 5x plus 3x? 8x. Okay, my next step is to add or subtract to move the constant to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. What's 28 minus 12? 16. And then I'm going to divide to get the variable by itself. So x is going to equal 2. Okay, for the next one, do I have anything to distribute? Do I have a number next to parentheses? Yes. This is where I feel like some people made some mistakes on their test. This is a negative 3. I'm going to be distributing, not just 3. So I'm going to be multiplying negative 3 times x, which would be negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 2, which would be positive 6. Okay. Now my next step is to eliminate fractions. Do I have any fractions? No. My next after that is to combine like terms. Do I have like terms? Yes. 4x minus 3x would be 1x or just x. Okay, my next step is to move the constant to the other side. So this is a positive 6, so I'm going to subtract 6. So 21 minus 6 is 15. Can I erase? Okay, so here, do I have anything to distribute? Do I have a number next to parentheses? No. Do I have fractions? Yes, so I need to multiply by my least common denominator. So I need to find the smallest number that can go into 5 and 5. The number that can go into it is 5. 5 can go into 5, and 5 can go into 5. 5 can't go into 1. 1 can go into 1. Yeah, but we're doing it the other way. So 5. Okay? So I'm going to multiply everything, not just one thing, everything by 5. And the reason why I have to multiply everything by 5 is because in order to keep this equation equivalent or equal to the original equation, whatever you do to one thing, you have to do to everything. Okay? So I'm going to multiply 5 times 2 over 5x and 5 times negative x over 5 and 5 times 9 and 5 times negative 1. Okay? So you can do this the longer way where you do 5 times 2, which is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. See how I still have 2 there? So anytime that you have the same number on top and on bottom, they're inverses of each other, so you can just cross them off. Okay? So this would leave me with 2x. However, I can, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So if you do the math, you'll be fine. This is just a quicker way of getting to the same thing. So here I do 5 times negative 1, which would be negative 5. Negative 5 divided by 5 would be negative 1. So I just would have negative x still. Okay, so they're inverses. Now 5 times 9? 45. And 5 times negative 1? Negative 5. Okay. My next step is to combine like terms. Do I have like terms? Yeah. What's 2x minus x? My next is to move my constant. So I'm going to subtract 45. So x is going to equal negative 50. Okay. So my next equation, the first step is to distribute. Do I have a number next to parentheses? Yes. So I have to distribute before I eliminate my fractions. So I'm going to multiply negative 6 over 5, which is negative, by x, so it'll be negative 6 over 5x. And then I'm going to be multiplying negative 6 over 5 times 3 over 4. So what's 6 times 3? 18. And 5, 20. Which I can reduce this, right?
Yes.
To 9 over 10. Okay, now that I have distribute, we're going to multiply by our least common denominator to eliminate the fraction. So that's 10. So I'm going to multiply everything by 10. So 10 times 66, 10 times negative 6 over 5x, 10 times negative 9 over 10. Okay, what's 10 times 66?
660.
Okay, here I don't have the same. I don't have 10 and 10 on the bottom, so I can't just cross them out. So what's 10 divided by 5? 2. What's 2 times negative 6? Negative 12. So it'd be negative 12x. Okay, here I do have the same on top and bottom, so I can just eliminate, giving me negative 9. Now, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So I get 669 equals negative 12. Then I'm going to divide by negative 12. So I get x equals negative 669 over 12. Do you think that can be reduced? Yes.
How'd you get 669?
I added 9 to both sides.
Oh, yeah.
So is there a number that can go into 669 and 12? 3? If it ends in 9, then it's either divisible by 9 and 3, but 9 can't go in 12, so 3. So what's 669 divided by 3? 223. So this is going to be negative 223. And what is 12 divided by 3? 4. And because this ends in an odd number, I know that it can't be divided by 2. That would be like, and 4 can only be divided by 4 and 2. So that's odd, so it can't be divided by 4 or 2. So I know that that's my smallest answer. Okay? I know there's a way of doing fractions in your calculators, but I don't know how. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I can reduce my head. But you guys can, if somebody in here knows, they can ask that person and I can show them later. I don't want to know right now. All right. Can I erase? All right. Okay. So, this is your turn here. I'm going to give you guys the correct answers for these. You're going to try them out. Okay? We're going to go over these questions tomorrow, because tomorrow's the second day on this lesson. Okay? I'm also going to then pass out your homework. Okay? So the answer to the first one is x equals 12. Second one is x equals 25. The third one is 3 equals x. And the last one is x equals negative 13. So I write those down, and then you're gonna try these on your own, and then we'll go over them tomorrow.